with it right. Here with who I started with, be something like a Spartan. It's going hard regardless. I'm from the 826 plus 5. Mo bitches, 8 no central coast, mob and suicide. Always arsonist. I step in the booth and cast, I gotta keep it lit. Engineer all my music, I work hard at this.
That's right, and we're back live on ChicanoTube. Que beautiful linda raza, man. I appreciate you guys for tuning in again. Do me a favor, man. Just hit that like. That's all I ask, cabrones, is hit that pinche like button. That shit is free. There's no Venmo. There's no Zelle. There's nothing for that thing. I appreciate you guys, man. Live again from Salinas, from hometown. I appreciate you guys. You guys already know I'm at my regal spot already. They know me so much. The manager, that's what one of the workers just told me. Oh, you know the manager? I know everyone. I know everyone in my community. Only in my community. Gracias all the day oneers. Gracias everyone inside the members only. What a beautiful day. Thursday, May 29th, cabrones. I'm heading over to Salinas High. First, I'm going to get dressed, okay? Voy a irme todos con los tramados and todo boleado and all that shit. Because my boy Mikey's graduating. Man, it's just a huge accomplishment. Pinche proud dad. Little Mikey is graduating today. Salinas High. Misma escuela que yo fui por poco, pero yo fui la misma escuela cuando fui a escuela. And man, proud dad, man. But I want to talk about today, El Boy, who dropped some knowledge that I've been saying since day number one. It's not going to be a long live, maybe 20 minutes, 25 minutes. But El Boy dropped some knowledge the other day on Top Fu. Top Fu interviewed El Boy, man. Shout out to Top Fu. Someone told me that Top Fu, that did he get an Instagram page and call himself that? You know what's funny? So
I'm sorry.
no.
Do you have a real estate card on you?
And you know what I do is I'm gonna go ahead and let me bring it into you from the car. I'm gonna get it from the car. Yep, absolutely. No, never. You're awesome. They already want real estate cards, cabrones. Man, this God has been so good. But again, my boy Mikey, 18 years old, walking the line at Salinas High, the graduation line. When I was his age, I was walking the county jail main line. That's the line that I was walking when I was Mikey's age. Now I'm going to go see my son, va a graduar. Proud dad, man. Let's talk about what El Boy said, because El Boy is dropping some knowledge that a lot of the unks like me, 40 to 50 years old, they call us unks. We don't seem to get. We don't get it. We're stuck. A lot of us are stuck. You know, since a little chavalito, right? I grew up in it, born and raised in it, kind of like it chose me. I didn't choose it. It chose me. In that environment, since a little chavalito, again, born in it. But since I could make decisions as a preteen, it hasn't been good decisions. That didn't lead me to a graduation. They didn't lead me to a prom. You know, I was stuck in the 90s. I was stuck in the 90s for like 20, 30 years. I don't know. I was stuck in the 90s for a lot. My. I appreciate you, Miss Gangster Piggy. I was stuck in the 90s for about 30 years, gente. Until, let me see, is that long? Not that long. But I was stuck because that's all I wanted. That's all I wanted to dress. That's how I wanted to come off. That's all the verbatim. I wanted to kick. That's it. And now I realize that there's a lot of cabrones that are still stuck in the 90s. Still stuck. And now it's 2025. Okay, so let's talk about what El Boy said. Okay. I don't want to digress, man. Thank you, Miss Gangster Piggy, man. I'm going to go to Salinas High in a little bit and just spend the rest of the day. Probably go to a restaurant after, maybe Stoney's on the south side. It's a new place that's popping. It's big. There's no waits in the line. Stoney's on the south side is a good spot, man. A lot of heads are always there. A lot of heads. And someone just asked me for my real estate card right now. One of the workers are in and out. So I'm gonna have to go and get that. But L Boy said this, and it was talking about Mr. Capone, right? He said a couple things, which I actually want to do a full reaction over to the whole video. I want to do a full reaction because there was a lot of gems there, and it's not about the shots. It's not about trying to get clicks and views and likes. I understand that's what Top Fu is doing. I understand it, and I understand that LA Icon is upset because it's almost like saying you got marked out multiple times is almost like fucking going after your manhood. I mean, or is it technically, is it like going after your manhood, right? Because when you tell a man you got punked, then he's not a man anymore. So that's why I think the encore happened, and he went even further in. But anyways, L Boy said this in regards to Mr. Capone, right? These are Chicano rappers. Again, I don't like Chicano rap. It maybe it was popping for a certain time, but that shit was only in the 90s and fucking stayed in the 90s. Now there's Chicanos that rap that unfortunately they try to drag them into the bald head loc fucking category of rap, which is Chicano rap, right? Bald head loc rap. Mm, that's a sin. I appreciate you, Fred Mac. Gracias for tuning in. That's right, Cultura Cafe. Hit that like button, man. Mikey's graduating. I'm gonna go to Salinas High in a little bit. But let's finish what L Boy said. He said, Mr. Capone, again, this is just me being a blogger, fucking reacting. Calmate. I have no skin in the game. I have no beef with anyone. Period. If you get mad because a blogger reacts to something that was put out on social media and the internet, then stop going on the internet. You're too soft. You're too weak. You're too emotional. Stop going on the internet if you want bloggers to stop talking about you, because you're living your life in public, but you don't want people to react to the shit you do in public. How does that work? So he said, basically, L Boy said something that I've been saying, not a direct shot at that rapper, but it's the concept that I want to put you guys up on game. It's the concept, okay? He said Mr. Capone's getting up. He said, who is still waking up in 2025 with size 50 pinche pantalones? Stuff that back in the 90s, if you wore something like that, it was a uniform. It was letting people know, hey, I'm that guy. I was never the one. I was never the one to get pushed up on. I was always the one that did the push up on. I was doing the pushing. And anyone that had that outfit had it coming, right? But they're still wearing these outfits, and it's 2025, right? Ben Davis, Dickies, I'm not knocking it. This is for the older heads. This is for the unks and the older heads. This is not for the youngsters, because the youngsters already know what it is, man. The youngsters already know what it is. Okay. And with the youngsters, they're gonna have to go through what they're gonna have to go through. It's called the School of Hard Knocks. It's called life lessons. If they don't want to listen, like my son Mikey, listen. See, the reason I never told like my son or none of my kids all of my past experiences, because I was always thinking they'll throw that shit in my face. Well, you did this, you did that. Well, I'm just gonna do what you did, because now you just enabled, by telling your children all your mistakes, you just enabled them to make those mistakes. Now they have an excuse to make the mistake. And I never told my children my upbringing, full story, or all the shit that I went through, the fucking juveniles, the camps, the YAs, the prison buses, none of that shit. And look how little Mikey came out. He's graduating, walking the line in about 2.5 hours. He's walking the graduation line, and when I was his age, I walking the county jail main line. Difference, right? So, anyways, parenting tip. He said, who is still waking up in 2025 wearing size 50 tramados, wearing this and that? And then the most hypocritical, no, let's just say ironic. The most ironic thing is that these cats that are still stuck in the 90s, they're still stuck in the 1990s with the clothes that they have on, right? They don't understand how the irony of their words when they say, but I want better for my kids. I don't want my kids to do what I did. I want better for my kids. Well, if you want better for your kids, then what are you doing dressed still like a teenager when you were a teenager? Mm. My. So L Boy was dropping a gem that I've been saying since day one. I am me, who you're seeing right here in tu pinche pantalla, cabrones. I am the evolution of Chicanos. And I believe I am the vision that our forefathers wanted. They wanted us to evolve, get in positions inside of society that we can make the change that we need to happen. Get in positions where we can help each other out instead of these low level little fucking arguments that we get to on the internet, little low level arguments, and all of a sudden it's Brown tearing down Brown. I've been saying exactly what L Boy's been saying for now 2 years in June. It'll be 2 years for ChicanoTube next month, and we're gonna have a giveaway. The wifey told me to order 100 hats. Like she found a deal for like 100 hats and shit like that. Telesavalas in the casa. What's wrong with size 50 Benz, triple size Staffords, white shirts, tank tops, Cortez, hairnet, palm comb, switchblade? Yeah, no, nothing's wrong with that. There was a time where that was actually that it meant something. That was a uniform. If I walked down the street, Telly, back in the 90s, and there's just regular Joe Schmoes, right? People wearing Jinko jeans. I don't know if you're familiar with the 90s. People wearing Stussy jeans, Jinkos. I'm not talking about the gang shit. Regular clothes, right? Okay, then my antennas never went up. But when someone was wearing a Charlie Brown, when someone was wearing size 50 Benz, when someone was wearing Cortez and all that stuff, my antennas were like this. And guess what? It was probably on. Quick little fade, quick little scuffle, and it was what it was. That's a whole different topic. But the irony is that some of these pendejos that still dress like that, like they still have something to prove. Like if you're almost 50 years old or you're 50 years old and you're still seeking for validation, you're still seeking respect, and you're almost 50 years old or you're past 50 by dressing all like that, you failed. Let me just let you know right now, you failed. Mission failed. Because none of my homies, the very few that are around, let me see, my top closest friends when I was growing up, dead, came home after 23 years, SB260, came home after 22 years, SB260, and the last one, lost in the system. He went in on a 4-year liquor store robbery and he's never been home. These are my closest 5 friends that I have, that we spent the night at each other's houses. The 2 that I'm in touch with that SB260 came home, they ain't wearing size 50 Benz in 2025. All the shit that they did, all the dirt that they did, all the fucking, because it was just, again, I don't want to get into what it was, all the negatives and shit like that, but they ain't even smelling like smoke. They ain't dressing like it. They ain't even smelling like smoke. Nothing. Forget about it. Nothing. They don't even, they look like soccer dads. They look like fucking baseball dads. And then the gatekeepers, Let's talk about there's these gatekeepers online. They're trying to act like Chicano gatekeepers online. That all of a sudden it's their palabra that establishes who's real, who's solid, and who's not. These little gatekeepers are trying to pop up. Watch out for them. But anyways, L Boy's dropping knowledge, man. He's saying you should have been evolved. How embarrassing for your children to see their fucking father dress like a gang member. And this is from people, Telly, to your point, Telly, this is not about the outfits. It's not about the clothes. It's not the clothes that are bad. It's people like that are my age and up that have been through some shit. Now, I'm not talking about the lames that are just fucking holding up the wall, or their brothers are down and so they're dressing like it because their fucking brothers were down and did some shit, and they're associates, really. They're residents, really what they are. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about, Telly, to the people that should know better. They should know. It's 2025. We're damn near 50. Some of us are past 50 and we're still dressing in Charlie Browns. We must have too much time, man. Hold on, cabrones. Let me just check it real quick. Give me a second. Let me see. Oh, yeah, we're good. Okay. I don't know if you guys agree with me or not, but I'm always going to give you straight, raw, real, unfiltered from the pinche corazon, man. My closest buddies, the ones that are still alive, want nothing to do with it. They don't want to put on a, man, I could imagine if I put on some Benz, if I put on some Ben Davis, I'd have a fucking flashback like Cheech and Chong. Remember Cheech and Chong? Remember Strawberry? Remember Strawberry and Cheech and Chong? Gente Strawberry. Remember? They went to go score some yerba, right? Mala. And they're driving in the motorcycle and fucking Cheech is right there. And all of a sudden he starts hearing bombs. Boom, 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 boom. That's what would happen if I put on some Ben Davis. Again, this is just me. This is ChicanoTube, man. We're supposed to be elevating. We're supposed to be evolving. You know, El Boy said, he said, Top Fu asked him, hey, you know, Mr. Capone, when recently got criticized a lot because he did a stream with all these popular streamers, Neon, this guy, that guy, that guy. Now, that's a good decision if you want to build numbers or a social media presence. Absolutely. But El Boy said, what are you doing in a backyard full of bums? Oh, man. He said, in a backyard full of bums. I got to do a reaction to that one, but. Victor, are you in line? I know the manager way. That's why I get all the lemons I want, cabron. The manager, you didn't see me? Go watch the beginning of the live. You just had one of the workers come up to me. Hey, you know the manager? Yeah, he wants your real estate card. They already know me. I post more on my professional social medias than I do ChicanoTube and the ChicanoTube ones because it's making money. Right? At the end of the day, it's about if I don't make dollars, what am I doing? So to anyone that's dressing up still like a Chicano rapper, bald head, lokes, what a bad example for the youngsters. You're still telling the youngsters it's okay to be stuck in the 90s. Now, I'm not even going to get into all the other shit you guys always DM me about. He's not raza. He's not raza. Look, that's a low level 1.0 conversation we're not going to have anymore. We're not going to have, is he raza? He was born in Pakistan. He's fucking Irish and all these things that you guys always DM me. It is what it is. Most of the world is mixed nowadays anyways, but this ain't a fucking brown supremacy channel. This is ChicanoTube. But again, let's go back to it. I've digressed again. What El Boy said was absolutely right, man. That is the worst example to set for your children is, hey, dad, how come you dress like a gang member? You want to answer that question, dad? I would like to hear that answer. Answer that question when your child says, why do you have all those gang tattoos? Answer that question. Dad, why do you dress like the gang members I see on the internet? Hey, dad, one of my friends said you look like a gang member. Are you a gang member, dad? Is that a proud dad moment? No, that's a moment where you know you failed. You're failing. Oh boy was right. All right, last comments. Richie looks is laughing. I might go live tonight, you guys, because we might talk about that group that got unalive, Grupo Fugitivo. We might talk about that tonight. 3, 4, 5 things that are definitely trending right now. We could talk about an Elboy reaction is probably all by itself. If it's a 20 or 30-minute video, if it's a 1 hour, hour and a half, then it's too long. I can't react to that, unless I ain't got no fucking nothing to do and I'm just sitting there like some of these cabrones that are, I guess, pro live streamers, whatever you want to call them. They got all the time in the world, not me. Pete says, is that tattoo on your arm? Yes, these are cover-ups way. Right here I had murderer, and right here I had robber. I had murderer on this side, and I had fucking robber. How about every time I got popped, they would always bring that up inside the fucking in the paperwork. He has these tattoos, this tattoo and this tattoo. But look at my son, man. In 2.5 hours, I'm about to see my oldest boy graduate. He's walking the line of graduation. And when I was his age, I was walking the fucking county jail main line. So I'm so proud. I might go live from there. I'm not sure. I'm probably going to go live tomorrow night to wrap up the week in trending topics. But you guys, let me know what you guys think below, man. Spanquillo's in the casa. That's right, Spanquillo. ¿Cómo estás, güey? I send mine. Bendiciones a la familia. Daniel Gonzalez in the casa. He's ranched up, man. That's one of my day oneers is in there. Victor R. I appreciate you. Corco Door Security. Thank you for no icons. Chingado, man. Got to be a proud father. I'm a proud dad, man. And that was a school that I went to, very a few, but that was the only school, that I went to for that time period. I'm a proud dad. I'm going to be right there. I got floor seats. I'm going to be on the stadium floor field. I didn't know about these tickets when my daughter graduated, but now that my son graduated, I got put up on game. Oh, you got to give a little donation, the Beachy Booster Club or whatever they're called. And then boom, they pull out tickets, man. And the mascots are cowboys because Salinas is a cowboy town. But anyways, let's wrap it up like this, man. Elboy said was right. I get it. I'm not trying to offend anyone. I understand it's a style of clothing. Absolutely. I'm the one that said I wouldn't mind if Charlie Brown's, Dickies, Benz, leather belts, brims, hush puppies. I don't mind if that got absorbed into other fucking groups like the skaters. I wouldn't have a problem with that. Let the fucking skaters, let any other group take the clothing, because it was from an era of the 90s, or maybe the 80s, maybe some people will say 70s. I don't know. Okay, I'm born in 81, so that's as far as I can remember. Okay, but maybe it was a 70s thing, a 60s thing. I don't know. But it's over. It's over. It's cool. Go ahead and do cholo parties, the cosplay. I have no issues with that, man. I absolutely don't. I know La Chicana Smiley had an issue with that. But your boy's saying we got to evolve. We got to change. We got to adapt. We got to make the moves to put ourselves in situations where we can help Raza and not just bicker about it on the internet. This gangster piggy, when you were 15, not 30 or 40. It's crazy, amiga. It's man. I don't know, man. I've heard of too many stories of, kids. This is what breaks my heart. The kids go up to the dad and be like, Dad, can you take off the tattoos from your head? That breaks my heart, man. Breaks my heart. No one's going to talk about it. Shit. since I never have gave a shit about numbers, viewers, subs, or anything like that. We're gonna speak it here. We're gonna be the ones that are gonna talk about it, and people respect it because, again, not putting anyone down. It is what it is. Si cae chaquetón, pues póntelo, cabrón. But if that's how you're dressing and it's 2025, I'll hold. Only ones that are profiting are the Chinese of Chicano clothes. You ain't lying. You ain't lying, my boy. Wouldn't be a bad idea, even though I don't think it'll ever happen if we blocked all the shit from China to boost the American economy. But too much shit that we get is from China, especially the technology. But if you're talking about that there's Chicanos in Vietnam, I let that go, bro. I'm like, fuck it. If people just want to feel certain, it's because they want to feel. I feel like these people, when they identify as something they're not, I think they want to feel something that when they stare in the mirror doesn't show them. The mirror, when you stare in the mirror doesn't lie. It's going to tell you who you are. But if you want to tell yourself that you're Humpty Dumpty, then you're Humpty Dumpty, I guess. I don't know, man. Cultura Cafe, pinche Mikey. That's right, man. Boy, I appreciate you. A Cholo costume party. Again, some people, they could take that as disrespect. La Chicana Smiley. I said it. I did say that, but I hope you didn't take it the wrong way. I did say that, you know what? It was a uniform. And I have a lot of friends that was the last fucking outfit they were ever wearing. And they had never been on the street since the 90s. So I get it how someone can say, out of respect for my friends or homies, whatever you want to call them, don't let the youngsters run with that. I'm like, that shit's been done, man. It's played out. I'm not saying that Charlie Brown doesn't look clean. No, don't twist my words up. I'm not saying black hush puppies aren't clean. No, they're hella clean. I'm just saying that's your whole personality. It's like, damn, it's just then I guess the move is just to play out the 90s until you're in a casket. Fuck it. You might as well just go in the casket with fucking cut off Ben shorts. No disrespect. If that's you, handle it. Gabachos wore Ben Davis shirts in the north. Well, Ben Davis it's a San Francisco company based out of San Francisco, and it was made for the rough, rugged, blue collar worker. That pinchy material right there, you rub that shit, fucking, you get drugged down a mountain or fucking drag someone down the street. I actually seen someone one time in Chinatown getting drugged down the street. Members only story. That clothes is not gonna fade, so it's tough, durable clothes, man. It's just it's unfortunate that it's being taken, and some people are just stuck in the 90s and they can't let it go. And here they are, baby cuffing still, creasing still. They're still on the ironing board. It's just like heaven being here with you. See, that's what I'm saying is that some people think like the Chicano is just supposed to leave you. Hell no. We're just supposed to evolve, people. We're just supposed to have changed and evolved. If not, stay stuck. All right, you guys, I'm out to Salinas High. I'm going to be over there. Maybe I'll go live tonight. If not, we'll go live tomorrow night in Chicano Street Studio. Love the Chicano culture. Absolutely, my boy. Absolutely. They can't take that out. You know what I mean? It was like the other day that Chicano came out at Costco, right? I was so fucking packed at Costco. I couldn't find, I don't know if it was peanut butter or something I was looking for, right? I was so frustrated. I couldn't even find any Costco worker. Like, where the fuck is this? I forgot what I was looking for. All of a sudden I see someone and I was kind of frustrated because there's a million people and it's like a Sunday at Costco. And I'm like, hey, where's the peanut butter? Ese? It just came out. It just came out. But no way that we're ever not going to be Chicano. We're just going to be evolved because 2025, man. All right, you guys, I'm out. I'll see you. I'm going to be at Salinas High. I'll see you guys tomorrow night, Chicano Street Studio. And I'll probably do a reaction to El Boy because it was really, really good. I'm out, you guys. Remember what I always say? Remember what I always say. In the end, all you got is the memories.